Hello, everyone. Today's podcast is about postdoc research positions in USA. We will primarily focus on how international medical graduates or IMGs can get that position. I'm very grateful to Dr. Mariam, who is with us today. She is a postdoc research fellow at Northwestern University in Chicago, one of the most prestigious universities in Chicago, not only in Chicago, but in the whole US. So, without further ado, we'll start. I will request her to briefly introduce herself. Hello, Mariam. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm Mariam, and I graduated last year from Iran, Tehran University of Medical Sciences, and I joined Northwestern as a postdoc research fellow in radiology right after graduation. And I'm happy to be answering any questions about how to find a postdoc research position.
Thanks a lot, Mariam. Again, I know it's Sunday. Sundays are called lazy Sundays because after working all day, maybe on Saturday, we all have some plans. But yeah, Sunday. So I'm really, really grateful again. So now I think that I would start by accepting that I think I was also under a wrong impression, uh, because all my previous correspondence with people who were either applying to postdoc research positions or had gotten it, I was under an impression that like ECFMG certification is very important, but I think that we were talking before starting this podcast, and I also reached out to some other people. So it seems that ECFMG certification is not a big deal when you are applying for postdoc. Is that true?
I would say in most cases, it is not a big deal, but let me explain more about this. So the reason that I personally didn't take the exams is that in Iran, your medical school doesn't allow you to take the exams during medical school. So I highly advise everyone who are able to take the exam to take the exam while they're in medical school and they're studying the subjects because it's much easier to do so.
Hmm.
But having that said, so because like everybody's plan is of course like different, I would say for most postdoc positions, you don't need to be ECFMG certified because it's like a totally different thing with the residency application. What you are doing as a postdoc is primarily research, and what they are looking for are your research skills, not your
Hmm.
ECFMG
Okay.
certificate.
Very good explanation, and that makes a lot of sense. And I'll be very honest. I'm surprised that I did not know that in Iran you actually cannot take your
Yeah.
USMLE exams during the med school. And does that like apply to all med schools in Iran?
Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately, yes.
okay, I understand. All right. Now there's also an impression that when they say that you need to have some research experience. So there are few school of thought. Some would say that, okay, so research experience means that you will need to have this many publications. There's a magic number 20, 30, 40, 50. It should be in a high impact journal. Some would say that having more research publication means that you are a good research writer. It has nothing to do with the skills you need for a postdoc research fellow. So what do you think about that?
So of course there's no like magic number. I have to
Mhm.
explain more about this. So I feel like the process of looking for a research position, you have to reach out to a lot of people, and it's like it's dependent on a lot of factors. So obviously you can find like a lot of people without that many research who were able to like find funded positions, and maybe people with like much more like I mean like number of researches, but they were not able to find that position because it's all about like the timing and the person that you reach out to. But it's definitely not that much dependent on the number of your research projects, but mostly I would say about your skills. So most people are are looking for people who are able to like complete the projects that they are looking for within like that research position, because of course like it's like the tasks that you're going to be doing is going to be so much different between like different PIs, different institutes. Some
Mhm.
positions, for example, require you to know like advanced programming and AI, which I think it's becoming like really imperative to like most specialties, not just like, for
Mhm.
example, radiology that I
Mhm.
personally am applying to. But also, I would say like having like skills in statistical analysis and scientific writing. Skills really matter for sure. And like when two applicants they have like the same skills, I think like having more publications matters in that case. Like I feel like anything you add to your CV just increases your chance of finding a position.
Okay. All right.
But
Makes a lot of
like
sense.
if you have like limited time and you are focusing on like one thing to do, I would definitely advise people to just like learn new skills and also have some publications, because skills without any publications, like it seems like there's no proof for your
Mhm.
like there's no proof that you actually have those skills. Like
Absolutely.
people,
No, I
yeah.
totally agree with you. So what you're saying is that the most important thing would be to have those skills, but if you have at least a few publications, then they would know that you have utilized some of those skills, whether it's writing or anything. I totally agree. Now, let's say that I am a medical student in Pakistan, India, Nepal, South America, Europe, and I want to pursue a postdoc fellowship in US. Now, what are some steps that as a medical student can take? Because one thing I think is for postdoc, you have to finished your MBBS degree. So whether it's
Yeah.
MBBS or medical degree. So let's say in my fourth and fifth year, what are some of the things that I should be start doing so that I have a higher chances of getting that? And can you please briefly go over step by step?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would advise thinking about it like earlier in your medical school. Like I would say your first year. Like
Mhm.
the earliest you think about it, the better, because you can like plan everything better. So having that said, I would say the first step would be like to start doing research with your faculty within your university, because without any research background, it's, I wouldn't say like impossible, but like it's very unlikely for the U.S. attending to get back to you like with email or whatever if you want to work with them. So I would say like start doing research with faculty in your university and work with people who you know are productive. Because I see a lot of people like starting research projects that like end up like not getting published or like end up going nowhere, I would say. So definitely pay attention on who you're working with, and start your research journey early and learn a lot of skills, not just like publications. And then like after you have like a certain amount, like a certain number of publications, you can like start like reaching out to US attending and say that, for example, you want to work with them like on a review paper or meta-analysis. Because the problem is like with the data sharing problem, I don't think like students would be able to like work with the US attending on like original data, but they could like work on different things. So but if that's not possible for them, like if they try to reach out to people but they don't get any response, I think that's still fine as long as they're like improving their own research background.
Okay.
And also I wanted to add, like if it's like if they have this option, definitely take the USMLE exams during medical school, because when you start a research position in the US, it's like really tough to manage them both together.
Mhm. You make a really good point that if you at least are able to, because step one especially is pass fail, if you are able to at least pass that, and even if CK, then because postdoc position would be a full-time job where you would be facing a
Exactly.
lot of deadlines and you may not get that much time. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now let's say that I am looking for a postdoc position in internal medicine and any of its specialties. So how should I start? Like, should I like narrow down a geographical location and then start looking for the universities in that location, and then in specifically for the area of interest I'm looking for, or how should we do that?
Okay, I feel like unless some applicant like they have like some geographical preference because of family or anything, they could narrow it down. But otherwise, I would definitely not recommend narrowing it down.
Hmm.
What I do personally and what I recommend everyone to do is just apply broadly all around the US.
Hmm.
And they like what they should be doing is looking for like starting at least with like big universities and big institutes. I used like the US News website, but like there are like different rankings based on different websites, but like the big institutes are like clear.
Hmm.
So definitely start with those big institutes and look for the attending in the area that you're looking for. For example, if you're looking for internal medicine, you can look at the internal medicine faculty in those universities, and then you have to like look at every attending's profile because some attending they don't have it, research, like they don't work on research projects. They're like mostly clinical attendings.
Hmm.
So first that, and then like among the people who do research, you have to find the person whose research aligns
Hmm.
with your skills and the stuff you've done before or something that you're interested in. So definitely look into the faculty's like background and the research they've done, and like if you find something you're interested in, and then at that point, I would just like email that faculty.
Hmm.
So I would say most of the time, faculty who are also like active in research don't have like funding. I'm not saying that they don't have funding. Okay, I don't want to put this the wrong way. I'm just saying that the probability or the chance of like emailing someone that you just found online, a faculty that you don't really know about, like um, their schedule, like the probability is low that that person is actively looking for a postdoc position and has available funding at that time. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm saying that the probability is low. And that's why you need to reach out to a lot of people to find that one person who has that research position available. I personally, I think I was lucky in my process. So I like reached out to maybe less than 100 attending, and I found actually more than one funded position, and I chose the one I am in right now. But I've seen people with great CVs, great research backgrounds, who had to reach out to 1,000 people or more
Hmm.
to find the position that they want.
Okay.
So, like doing this step, like looking for the institute, looking for the faculty members, reaching out to them with an email that is personalized and is short and precise, and then just waiting for them to get back. And not just, I would highly not advise to just like emailing one person and waiting for a long time for that reply because of the reasons I explained.
Okay. So what you're saying that you were able to start directly on a funded position.
Yes.
So some people would also say that at times, let's say and my understanding is you are working on a J1 funded position, J1 visa, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
some people would say that they would start working on a J1 position, but that's not funded. And then later, let's say their PI gets funding and then they transition into a paid position. So have you also seen that happening?
And that's actually most of the cases that I've seen around me.
Hmm.
Um, And I advise everyone to like if they don't find a funded position to go for the non-funded one,
Mhm.
but with the promise of being funded, especially
Okay.
people with like less research background. Like you either have like a really strong CV with like research skills. In that case, I would advise like looking for a funded one and keep looking. You'll probably be able to find it. But if you don't have like that much research or that many skills,
Mhm.
I would definitely advise like starting one non-funded and then like with the promise of getting funded in the
Now,
future.
the next question is, so I want to ask you, so you have been mentioning skills. Can you exactly tell us what kind of skills are important these days to get any postdoc, or it may vary from specialty to specialty, but there would be some that are basics in kind of working as a postdoc research fellow. So what are some of those skills that you learned, and what's your recommendation that the applicants should learn?
So I also have a second degree in computer science. So I did both at the same time. So I would say my programming skills really helped me. And as I mentioned before, AI is really getting like popular in every specialty, not just like one specialty. So I would say programming and like AI and statistical analysis with whatever tool. Like tools could be different, and the thing is that you just like need to like have an understanding of like the subject and like be able to learn quickly because you might like in your new position you might like have to learn like so many new things and how to work with like new software. Just like be ready to learn new stuff.
Okay.
And the first and like most obvious one is like scientific writing and being able to like do like a good search and like I mean for like systematic reviews. And these are like the most important skills that I can think of.
So you said
Oh,
AI. Now, so you said AI. So in specifically in AI, like 99% of the people who do not have additional degree or background in computer sciences or programming. So in AI, what should are there like any online courses we can do? And in programming, I mean, is there anything that a person who does not have expertise in those things can do like a medical student?
so there are, of course, thousands of online courses. I didn't use any of them because I had the degree, but I would say like for a medical student first, it would be better to like have a task in mind. Like let's say I want to do this project that requires like this programming skills, whatever, and try to be able to learn based on that task and learn the stuff that you need based on that task because it's really broad and you wouldn't be able to learn everything and then start a project and finish that project. I would definitely recommend like starting with a project and trying to like go on with the project. And actually, with the Chat GPT-4, it's made programming so much easier and it's a big help. It wouldn't be doing like the project for you, but it will definitely help you like with the programming.
So maybe starting to maybe learn, try to be fluent in GPT. And I think that if I remember from my time, so there are some software for statistical analysis like SPSS, of course, like having a, even starting from basics, like having a faster typing speed, ability to use Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, these kind of smaller things from basics. And then what you're saying is that we should like, let's say I looked for 100 attendings and I looked their online portfolios, profiles, their projects. So in their projects in especially in the bigger universities, there would be detail that okay, I would like someone who to join my team should have those skills. So maybe try to learn those specific skills and maybe then reaching out to them.
Um, yeah, exactly. But as I said, like skills that every attending is looking for is going to be like so different.
Hmm.
from each other. So I don't know that's like if that's like really practical to focus
Hmm.
on like one person, but like try to learn as much as you can and improve your CV as much as you can. So it's like
Hmm.
it's a better fit to like more people, I would
Okay.
say. And one thing that I forgot, it's because like I never worked on that field, but like there are a lot of like research positions that are like lab positions. Some of them are
Hmm.
like basic sciences lab, but like
Hmm.
having some lab skills could also like help you
Oh,
eventually.
like the phlebotomy skills, able to like take blood sample. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And those positions are also like funded, and they are also called postdoc.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay,
they could be
absolutely.
funded and non-funded. It's the same. But I'm saying that like postdoc positions like could be like anything.
Yes, okay. And so the concept of postdoc is that you have a doctoral degree. It
Yeah.
could be anything. It could be master's. It could be your medical degree, and then you are doing research afterwards. Okay.
Actually, it could be a PhD or an MD. It wouldn't
Okay.
be a
All
master.
right. Okay. All right. Makes a lot of sense. So we would just wrap up our session with the last question is that what would be your advice, last minute advice to the applicants that they should be doing in order to uh, maximize their chances of getting a postdoc?
Yeah. So I would say it's really competitive. I would advise applicants to improve their CV in every possible way that they can. So don't just like focus on one thing. Try to improve your CV in like um, every possible way, and also start looking for the position early. And don't be disappointed if you don't get like responses. Just like reach out to more people.
Okay. All right. Thank you.